In this episode, we're gonna learn how to make these little Christmas stockings together. Hi, my name is Esther Nariyoshi. I am an illustrator, designer, and a top teacher on Skillshare. You're watching my Quick Snack series here, where I explain how to use Adobe Illustrator in short episodes for designers and illustrators of all skill levels. So let's get started. I want to get started by making the general shape of the socks. So of course we can just draw using pen tool, but that's my least preferred option. What I'm gonna do today is to actually use the stroke and then expand it from there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my pen tool and draw something real simple like this. And I want to make sure I have no fill, but only a stroke color. Make this shape bigger so we can all see what we're doing. And then I want to increase the stroke width to gigantic number. For example, 100. That's not even enough. I'm going to do maybe 200. Let's see. Ooh, not 2000. Okay. And then we want to change the stroke cap to the second option, which is the round cap. And now you see this little socky shape going on. And I also want to round the heel portion of this one as well by changing the corner to the second option. And now we have our basic shape of our socks. This still seems to be a bit skinny for Christmas stockings, so I'm gonna maybe do 250. Let's see. Better. 300. Okay. Even though this shape looks gigantic, but it's only actually just 3 anchor points. So you can always just use your direct selection tool, which is A on your keyboard, to adjust it. Okay, don't worry too much about the top portion because we're gonna have to cut it off anyways. So we're looking at the bottom here. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day. So right now, this is a very big fluffy stroke. We want to turn this into a shape. You can do that by coming to Object and Expand. And you want to check the fill and stroke and then click on OK. Now, instead of having just one path with 3 anchor points, you have this sock shape. So now we want to trim off the top portion. So you can go ahead and use the line segment tool, which is / on your keyboard. And just try your best to make these 2 lines perpendicular. And then just go ahead and trim it off. I would use Shape Builder tool, which is Shift M on my keyboard or on your keyboard too, probably. So hold Option to take things away. And now we have a shape. And then I'm gonna create a rectangle, which is M on your keyboard, to make the top portion of this little cute socks. I'm just gonna rotate it using the free transform tool. Whoops. And make sure it's at the right placement. Okay, this seems to be good. And then you can add little decoration or pattern onto your socks. I'm just gonna make something super simple. So first I want to use the line segment tool to go over the toe portion of it and then maybe give a stroke color so I know there's a line here. And then I want to use the pen tool to draw the heel. And then basically I want to use these lines to divide the socks into 3 areas. So I'm going to use the Pathfinder tool to do this job, which is this icon right here, or you can go to your window and find your Pathfinder panel. And I will use this divide. As you can see, I have 3 distinctive areas here. So I'm gonna select the middle portion and then give it a darker color. Sometimes it does mess up the stacking order of your layers, so I'm gonna select the rim of my sock. And then you can select the rim of the sock, right click, arrange, and send to front, or you can select the rim of the sock, right click, arrange, send to front, or keyboard shortcut, Shift Command right bracket. This will rearrange the stacking order. You can also add some interesting motif inside the sock as well. I'm gonna do diamond, which is M on your keyboard for rectangle, and then just use the free transform tool to rotate it 90 degrees. I want a bit of overlap, but not too much. And then Command D to repeat that. So I will select a different color, which is this little green color right here, and resize it all the way back to a smaller size. And then rearrange the angle, rotate it. I want to try my best to make these 2 lines perpendicular. Thinking back, if I were to recreate this sock, I would probably keep the neck of the sock or the ankle portion of the sock upright and then rotate it at the very end. This will help me to kind of control my angle a lot better. And then I will trim off the edges. So just click and drag with the selection tool and take out my shape builder tool, Shift M, hold Option key to trim things off. There you go. Since these guys are still individual shapes, you can also kind of add a bit of visual interest by changing the blending mode. For example, if I were to change it to multiply. Oh, actually, this is not a great idea. Maybe something lighter. Okay, yeah. I feel like it's more interesting. It's the little things that matter. So let's jump back. Now we have a sock. So I'm gonna select this guy, move it over, and then just Option drag to make a copy. And then I will just give it a different color. So I'm gonna select my second sock and go straight to the recolor artwork, the color wheel here. If I really like my color here, I can just switch within the group, which I do. So I'm gonna, ooh, I like this one. So I will leave it that way and click on OK. For the third sock, I'm gonna use a different set of colors. So I will select my sock and then go to one of the color swatches folder. Just double click the folder and it will take me to my sock. So I'm gonna click on this randomly change color order to try out different combination. I really like this one, but the rim of the sock is kind of disappearing because the pink is so light. So I'm gonna change the pink to something different, just a little bit darker. All right, and once you're happy, go ahead and click on OK. My OK button is off of the frame, so I will just click on Enter or Return. There you go. Now we have 3 socks. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Go check out my Skillshare classes by clicking the link below to get a free trial. I will see you next time.